This is Sparta!
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
Today we are covering 300, which we thought we hadn't covered,
Yeah.
much to both of our shock, because it's like,
Yeah,
we
were both
must have
searching
covered
through,
this.
through the backlog.
Yeah, and we couldn't find it, but I did actually find it just before we started recording this on episode 161. 161. So that would have been 2017. So it's April the 20th as well, weirdly.
Oh, wow, we almost synced it up.
We
Good
almost
God.
synced it up. In fact, I may have watched it on April the 20th, actually. No, I didn't. I watched it a little after. But yeah, so 300. Yeah, okay, but that episode was 300 in the graphic novel and this, that, and the other. There was lots of other stuff in that episode. This is an episode just about 300. So, made in 2006, based on the 1998 but it was originally a series, and now it's a really nice kind of graphic novel, hardback graphic novel by Frank Miller and Lynn Varley, a husband and wife team, in fact.
Yeah.
So, and I have to say, the film mostly sticks to the graphic novel. There's a few plot deviations, which I'll mention, but mostly it's the same. And indeed, some of the imagery in the film.
It's a very stylized film, and like it does take a lot from the actual graphic novel.
Yeah, this is not historically accurate. Let's put it that way.
No,
I mean,
in
the
fact,
general
a lot
thrust
of
of it
people have been like, "Okay, Frank, you really shouldn't have done it like this." Because it's so inaccurate, it's horrendous.
I mean, the basic story is correct.
The basic gist of it is like
300 Spartans held like an army of at least 250,000 back for 3 days until they were betrayed by someone who showed the Persian army a flanking position. But other than that,
it's kind of skipping over the couple of thousand other Greeks that were there. And
well, they are mentioned, but
they're mentioned,
there.
But in the film, they
don't
are
appear.
Off guarding the pass.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of like, what is your profession? Blacksmith, sculptor, Spartans. What is your profession?
Not even a word. Not even a word.
Like, I have brought more warriors than you. Okay.
There's a lot of that. And I have to say, a lot of the dialogue is actually culled from actual texts of Spartans' messages back and forth. Like there's a point where someone says, "We will fight them in the arrows will blot out the sun," and someone says, "We will fight them in the shade." That is a Spartan king said that to someone who threatened him with blotting out the sun with arrows. Not this battle. Things like that.
It does miss out my favourite back and forth from Persia and Sparta.
Yes,
which is where the Persians. I don't know if it was Xerxes. It might have been Darius.
I think it was Ozymandias. Not Ozymandias. What am I talking about? It was one of the earlier kings. Yes.
The back and forth was like someone said, like, okay, if we come to Sparta, we'll burn the field, salt the earth, savage the towns. The women, children will be slaved. The men will be slaughtered. And the response was, "If."
Yeah,
like, ooh.
I think that was Philip of. You know what? I'm butchering these names. I'm getting it all wrong. Yeah, but it was an earlier king. Yeah, that they didn't include that one. That would have been a cool one to include too. But that is a very Spartans are like that. They do not care. It was a weird, strange society of basically soldier. Everyone was a soldier. Every Spartan was a soldier, and the women were a part of that culture too.
Yeah, they were functional part of the culture. It's like, you give birth to Spartan kids, so you got a bit better, but not that good.
Yeah.
So
but they could own property and stuff, which was very unusual.
Yeah.
It was a fairly unusual.
And because the expectation was the men would be dying in battle.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. And also, it was to keep their economy going. It was to keep the slaves in check. By being such a powerful, terrifying force, the slaves dare not get uppity. Do you know what I mean? It just didn't happen. So that was the whole point of that. I often wonder, and I've seen things about, how would Spartans have fared against other sort of sort of races, not races, other sort of
Cultures.
army cultures, because a lot of people think the Romans would have decimated them because the Romans
did,
were,
so.
yeah, well they did, yeah. But the Romans were way better organised and trained along strict military lines, where the Spartans were more. We got this certain way of fighting and it really works. But once the Romans came in with their, tortoises and, all of their arrangements, they just kind of worked for them. Anyway, we're kind of diverging. So this was co-written and directed by Zack Snyder. I think his second film, Dawn of the Dead, was his first?
Yeah, I think this was
so.
like his second film.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And in many ways, it kind
You
of
see
was...
why he was given Watchmen. I gotta be honest. It's
Yeah,
Dawn of the Dead, then 300, then Watchmen.
Yeah, I totally see it. And this was when Zack Snyder was really hitting it out of the park. Before it kind of went to part with, not before the DC. There was one called Sucker Punch, which is really dodgy.
Oh yeah, his weird like fetish film.
Yeah, that is an odd film. It's got its moments, but the whole tone of it is quite unpleasant. And in the DC thing, though, he did return to form recently with his cut of Justice League. I thought that was pretty fantastic. Though again, recently he did Army of the Dead, and that kind of was okay for the first act, but otherwise it fell to pieces. Okay. And also Miller was a sort of a consultant on it. And it uses a weird. It's not a realistic film at all, is it?
No.
It looks.
No.
It uses a weird.
Everything
chroma.
is sepia except when it's night, where everything becomes purple.
Yeah, and when the characters are coloured in. The background's sepia, but the characters are coloured in. So it's very much comic book. Now we've got Gerard Butler as King Leonidas. What do you think of Gerard Butler doing this?
I like that. Like he's the only Scottish person in the whole team. like they could have given like a whole have the Spartans stand out. Give them all one accent, and like the rest of the Greeks that we see, a different one.
Yeah.
You can even do it like the skeevy like politician in Sparta has a different accent to sort of make him stand out even more.
Yeah.
But it's just Gerard Butler.
He's so Scottish, but he's also very Spartan-y, if you know what I mean. I think he's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it.
So a lot of the physiques were real. Like, they were real. Gerard Butler got a painkiller addiction because of how much exercising he was doing from this.
And it's not just here. I mean, there was a few other people. I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess the big standout was Fassbender.
It was Fassbender and probably David Wenham.
David Wenham. I've forgotten how much I like David Wenham, and we don't see him much, do we?
It's kind of just this and like Lord of the Rings.
And he's also the sidekick, and a really good sidekick, I have to say, in Van Helsing.
Yeah, Van Helsing.
I really liked him in Van Helsing. I thought it was excellent. I could definitely see him if they were to ever remake Captain Kronos. He'd be a good Grost, the sort of hunchback assistant. I just wish we saw more David Wenham. I've forgotten how good he was. Right? I guess also we got
the little lines where it's like you see him like wrapping a bandage around his face.
Yeah.
And Leonidas walks up. It's like, "Are you okay, Delios?"
Yeah.
Yes, just an eye. The gods have seen fit to give me another one.
That's better. Yeah, that's very Spartan. Very Spartan. Because the whole site was so weird. They deliberately were brutal to their kids so that they were really hard, tough soldiers.
Yeah. So I have seen general theory is that the way the whole thing is embellished as it is, because it's Delios telling the story to a big-ass army to inspire them. So, like, he showed no pain while we see him getting whipped and, like, crying out in pain.
Yeah.
So,
And fighting the wolf. That wolf sequence is really
the wolf
cool.
that's the least realistic wolf I've ever seen in a live action.
Oh, yeah, man. It was CG through and through. But it was kind of cool. And we also get Dominic West as the shitheel Spartan politician who's in cahoots with Xerxes. Now that is something new in the film. That wasn't in the original graphic novel. Theron just wasn't there, and of course we get Lena Headey as Queen Gorgo, giving her, you know, I don't know, she's Lena Headey.
Present for
Yeah, Lena Headey. I like Lena Headey, but she's always looks like she's about to lose her shit big time. She was like that when she played Mama in
Mama.
Cersei, Mama, and also here Queen Gorgo. So again, she was only really at the beginning in the comic book,
so
but in this,
to kind of throw out the come back with your shield or on it.
yes, indeed. So we also get I can't remember the soldier's name, but a soldier and his son both go to battle.
Oh yeah, Artemis and Astinius.
Artemis, that's it. Yes. And so they well, basically, they want to go to war with Xerxes. Comes to them, and that famous scene where the messenger turns up and sort of he basically
threatens them.
He threatens them. He's got the heads of kings hanging off his belt, and he's like disgusted when the queen talks to him, and she kind of makes the point: Spartan women are allowed to talk because only Spartan women give birth to real men, or something like that. You know, Leonidas just gets well pissed off. And
also, this did sort of happen. Like this whole bit, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like the messenger came, and I don't think it was for this for the Battle of Thermopylae. I think I'm just looking at it now. It's King Darius. Sent messengers, and they demanded earth and water. And the king of Sparta at the time had them chucked in a well.
In a well, yeah. So they got their earth and water.
Yeah.
And then all the other guys just chopped the other messengers up. So I like the whole line of it. Goes, "You threaten a messenger? No one does that. You know, this is madness. This is
blasphemy.
Blasphemy." He goes, "No, that's
well, it's not so much he does that, is he looks back at his wife and she sort of nods. It's like, honey, can I kill this guy?
Yeah. It's a bit Rocky. It's like Rocky, right? When Adrian gives Rocky the thumbs up to go punch someone out completely. It's a bit like that. So, which, again, instigates the war. And he also makes the sort of quip about if the Athenians had the courage to... Those boy lovers. And it's like, really?
In Sparta? You're going to make that sort of reference? And, like, Frank Miller's kind of a shitty person, I'm not going to lie.
Really?
So this is he's a really shitty person.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like
he does good comic books.
What's it? I think it's Grant Miller has basically just said like
Grant Morrison. You mean?
Grant Morrison has just completely like, I'm never working with this guy again. He's just an awful person.
Okay, fair enough.
The comic was based off his frustration that on rewatching 300 Spartans, it wasn't as quote-unquote cool as he remembered it.
Yeah, 300 Spartans was a film from 1960, I believe. An Italian film. It's kind of okay. But
generally he's very homophobic, very misogynistic. He's like really a bad person.
Okay.
So
let's just focus on that though. This is a real event, and 300 warriors held back a massive army for 3 days. No wonder we still talk about it. That is, there's nothing quite like it. I mean, there are battles of massive odds. We know about Rorke's Drift, and we know about Agincourt, right? Where an army of the French. That was ridiculous. The French lost 40,000, and the British lost 13 in that battle, and they were outnumbered 5-1. The British were outnumbered 5-1. That's quite astounding.
Man.
But I mean, longbow. It's new technology, right? Using the longbow. But
we only really know about it because of the documents of Herodotus.
Yeah.
Who, like, it kind of becomes a chapter. So
it's a phenomenal.
Like history recording is fun. Like not even necessarily the history itself. Like just
I mean, you have to read between the lines. It may not, but most historians believe this is basically true. And there's a famous plaque, isn't there? Go tell the poem. Go tell the
giant statue.
Yeah,
At Thermopylae. So.
Yeah. So he goes off to consult with these elders about some festival called the Carnea, and they sort of deny him. They say, you can't go to war during the Carnea, it's just not on. But you kind of see them being paid off by Xerxes' men with gold and sort of told they're going to be given new oracles every day. And the implication is they rape all these young girls on a daily basis who are supposed to be oracles. Which is pretty disgusting. But yeah, that is in the novel as well. Graphic novel too. Leonidas goes off, but he decides he wants to go for a walk and take his personal bodyguard.
He's like, he's got 300 soldiers assembled who are willing to come.
Yeah.
And then all the politicians go out, it's like, you can't do this. Come on, man. Like, this isn't going to work. He's like, oh no, I'm just taking a walk.
Yeah.
Just across the just north, like northwards, I just need 300 guards. Just goes off.
Yeah, I really like the bit where the Persian emissary came towards them and started berating them and saying, "Yeah, your wall won't hold." And he says, "Well, maybe we'll make it bigger." When he looks at the wall, it's full of dead Persians. That made me laugh.
Oh, we're skipping over the brutal tree of corpses.
Oh God,
that the Persians leave.
Yeah, they leave a tree of people impaled to a
They ransack a village and every single person aside from this one kid a single tree.
Yeah. So that really annoys.
Yeah, they're done pissed off.
They are pissed off. They meet up with the other Greeks and sort of do their, I brought soldiers. Who did you bring? And all this. But there's a few thousand other Greeks there, Arcadians and so on. Whereas the Athenians were more sea battle, weren't they? There were sea battles. And in the meantime, they also bump into a hunchback, sort of deformed guy called Ephialtes, who wants to join them, but Leonidas makes the point he can't hold. Their battle is basically one guy protects the guy to his side, right? That's how
the phalanx.
Yeah, that's how it works.
He does specify the position. It's got to be from thigh to neck.
Yeah, which they do in the very first scene of the battle, but after that it is hand to hand in the middle of a big field, which is ridiculous. 300 boats could not fight a massive army in a field. It just wouldn't, but it's a movie.
They do. To be fair to them, they do show they hold the phalanx until the enemy's formation breaks, and then they start chopping dudes up.
Yeah.
So
So the guy goes to whip him, but is it Fassbender just does a massive
Fassbender
leap?
Does a big ass leap and just chops his arm off. And he goes, "My arm!" He goes, "It's not yours anymore."
Yeah, it's not yours anymore. Which is a shot straight from the comic, a really cool shot from the comic as well. So anyway, Ephialtes gets, "No, you can't fight with us," so he gets pissed off, so he goes off to Xerxes. It basically betrays him. He's the betrayer.
Yeah.
In this version of
this film is it's one long combat sequence with occasional cuts back to Sparta and some politicking going on there.
Yeah, to break it up. It's not really needed, to be honest. I think
you could have managed the sort of. You could have done more with the actual character development.
Yeah. I have to say, though, that the battle scenes don't get boring, do they? A lot of films, when it's action, I'm thinking of, say, the recent The Raid, for example. Great film, no part of it is weak. It's just so incessant, you kind of get bored. Whereas I didn't feel that at all with 300. It kind of, I think, because the nature of the battle kept changing. They bring on rhinos.
Yeah, about the rhinos, the fucking. They call them wizards, but they're dudes with grenades.
Yeah.
Then the war elephants that they force off the cliff.
And there's all sorts.
I like the little sort of quips about all of them.
Yeah.
It's like the immortals. We put their name to the test.
Yes.
It's like Xerxes sent his great beasts, but they were clumsy and the ground was slick with the fallen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all this. I did like the fact that Leonidas deliberately provoked Xerxes to send it, to make sure he sends his toughest warriors while the Spartans are still fresh. So they can deal with them. That was kind of cool. And the whole meeting with Xerxes made me laugh. Because Xerxes is mental in this. He's about 8-9 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he looks... I'll tell you what, his character...
me and my friend that were watching it, we were making jokes because, rolling back to, the This Is Sparta scene, the pit that he kicks them into doesn't appear until the like whip around shot when Leonidas draws his sword.
That's right.
Otherwise, it just looks like a normal street.
Yeah.
We made a joke that the camera was going to whip around when like Xerxes goes, "Come on, Leonidas, this is madness." He's like the camera will whip around and there's suddenly a pit behind him.
It did make me laugh. And I have to say, this character, I always think of this when I see this film. When we first see Xerxes, he reminds me so much of a character in Red Dwarf, right? Where Chris Barry plays like an evil version of himself in an episode called Gods and Monsters.
Self-doubt monster.
It's the Gods and Monsters one where they get split into two in a good version and a bad version. And Chris Barry's character's got this like makeup on, a bit like Xerxes, and like these black feathers on his shoulders, and he says things like, I'm going to whip you to an inch of your life, then I'm going to have you. And it just made me laugh because Xerxes really feels like that guy. Yeah. Dear. And Xerxes says, we need to exchange cultures. And Leonidas is like, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been sharing our culture with you all morning.
Yeah. It's like, well, you should kneel. And he goes, my knees are a bit achy. They're a bit stiff. I can't really be kneeling now. So, no.
Yeah. So, it'd be ridiculous. And also, everyone seems quite prescient, don't they? Because Leonidas is like, this is the beginning of the age of freedom and all this.
Yeah.
Because, is it though?
Shout out to the Spartans, who probably
enslave
own the most slaves in Greece.
There's also shenanigans going back where the politician says, the Queen's got to basically submit sexually to him for him to be able to give her a seat at the council, and he says
that she can authorize the army of Sparta to deploy and support Leonidas.
So he wants to sort of argue that case, and he basically says something like, "This is not going to be quick, and it's not going to be pleasant, and you're not going to like it." All this, and she turns that back on him because
when he spins around on her after he lets her in, he's like, "Oh no, you're just some whore that lets counselors into her bedroom to try and sway him to her side." She fucking grabs a guard's sword, sticks it in this guy's stomach. It's like, this will not be gentle. I am not your queen.
And all this. And then cuts open his purse and it's full of Xerxes money. So, that was lucky.
Yeah.
There is that.
No, it's Sparta. I'm sure that would have been a good political maneuver
they wouldn't have
anyway.
minded. They wouldn't have cared, would they? So the council, we've got to send reinforcements. However, it'll be too late because they've been betrayed by
Ephialtes,
and the Spartans know it and send all the other Greeks away, don't they? So we're gonna.
They learn about it fairly quickly.
Yeah,
like Daxos, the Arcadian leader of the sort of supporting Greeks, runs in. Is like, we've been got. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Basically, he gives them a speech that says, okay, tonight we dine in hell, and all that kind of stuff. And he also sends Delios away, who's not happy, he wants to stay.
No.
Because he needs to go and talk for them, and he knows that he needs to talk, which makes sense to me. Someone needs to know what happened. And Delios is a good talker, isn't he? Without being slimy or anything like that. And then they basically...
we get to... the betrayal scene where the Spartans are just in a ball and Leonidas has stood out in front of them. There's archers all around them, covering the cliffs. Yeah, they can't go anywhere.
There is also a cool scene where he chucks a spear at Xerxes and bloods him, right?
They do this whole thing of Leonidas dropped his shield. It was too heavy.
Yeah.
He took off his helmet. It blinded him.
Yeah.
And then they the Spartans deploy again. It's like he dropped his shield. It threw off his balance. He removed his helmet.
It looks like he's surrendering, doesn't it?
Prepping the spear being drawn back so he can throw it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a throw as well. That was really cool. And it does look like there's a number of cool things in that scene. Basically, it recalls the moment where he has to face the wolf as a boy. And secondly, it looks like he's about to surrender, but really he's just preparing to throw a spear a really long way to get Xerxes, which he doesn't succeed, but he does cut him, showing he's not a god. You know, there's stuff like that. And then they all die. But we then see that then this goes on to inspire the rest of Greece. And I'm not surprised if 300 Spartans managed to do this. When you have a force of basically 30,000 Greeks led by 10,000 Spartans. Yeah. I want to be on the side of the Greeks in that fight.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't care how many we're fighting. And that army fought, 1 million or something, or something ridiculous. So they
do also make this point. They're like, well, what if they all remember out there what the 300 Spartans did to them? Now, what does 10,000 do to them? Leading 30,000 Greeks. Sort of thing.
Yeah. And I did also like the point Leonidas made when he took the Xerxes. He goes, we're getting to a point now where your troops are more frightened of our swords than your whips. Which would happen. I totally get that. I have to say I really like the comic book, and this film stands up for me. I've watched it, I think 5-6 times now, and it
I've watched it a few times.
It never gets boring. It's a real pleasure to immerse yourself in. However, it's kind of super cheesy as and camp as well.
It's so freaking goofy that it almost doesn't need parody. But they did make a parody of it. They meet the Spartans.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes are very good. Like when they present him as a baby and he's already got the beard and abs.
Yeah. There was some fun in Meet the Spartans. But this film, I mean, do you think this is a good, bad, and odd film?
Yes.
It's really odd in its style.
Yeah.
It's cheesy as hell. I can't say there's much bad about it other than it's just ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, going into battle with just leather loincloths and helmets.
Yeah, the Spartans didn't do that.
I do remember there was another story that I remember about this battle where Xerxes sent spies to see what the Spartans, because he didn't know what the Spartans. Well, they kind of knew him by reputation, but he wanted to hear for himself. And the spies come back and goes, "Well, they were all doing each other's hair and wrestling and laughing." And Xerxes was like, "Well, we're going to wipe them out." But that didn't happen. So, a hell of a film. I'm not sure. Well, I probably have got loads to say about it, actually, but I just really enjoy it. It'll just be recapping each scene by scene, if we talked anymore. I don't find any weaknesses. I don't think the extra plot around the Queen was really needed, but it's fine. It breaks it up.
It gives its own, a second explanation beyond, just religious...
Yeah,
religious sort of reasoning.
Yeah, there's some underhandedness going on, right? Yeah. And I do like Lena Headey's bitch face. Resting bitch face. She's just so utterly pissed off all the time. Yeah, she makes me laugh. Awesome film, really, I'd say. And we'll put it in our good, bad, and odd. And again, this is the second time we covered this, but we did cover it much more briefly the first time, so fair enough. But I have to say, I was shocked when you said we haven't covered this, and I looked and couldn't find it. It's like, blimey, we haven't covered this. I could not believe it, because this is right in our wheelhouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where would you? All right, then let's get a little deeper in our priorities here. Right, so our good, bad, and odd Hall of Fame is the first couple are definitely ordered, but the rest of them aren't. Right, they're kind of okay. Let me read some out and tell me where you think 300 should go on this list. Right, so on our Hall of Good, Bad, and Odd, now Hall of Fame, which is the just good ones. Right, top one is Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Right, second one is Dune. Our third one is a recent entry, Excalibur. Right, that's where we put
it that weird.
Yeah, Hulk the Slayer's next.
Yeah.
Rocky 4 is after that.
Okay, I put it weirder than Rocky 4.
Okay, would you put it between Hulk the
Oh,
Slayer?
it's on here already.
Oh my God, we're so. All right, well, it needs to go up the list, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does need to go up the list.
Like it's below Godzilla
my
Final
God.
Wars.
Yeah, no,
Like
it needs
the
to go
Final
higher.
Wars link.
Where would you put it? Below Excalibur? Below Hulk the Slayer?
I think we may need to just spend an episode ordering these.
Ordering these. Okay. All right, let's reserve that for episode 1000 because we're
Yeah.
coming to it. So all we're going to do is order our Hall of Fame and Hall of Good, Bad and Honours. For whole episode, we're just going to talk about, this is
Just rank them.
this is more good, bad, and odd than this one,
Yeah.
and this one's just better than this one. We have got quite a few entries though, so that might take some time. We've got to figure out how best. It might be all the lower ones are like, okay, fair enough. We're not that bothered.
I don't think we need Tron Legacy in there. Really?
Yeah, we got. Maybe it's time to do a bit of pruning too. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Like
So
Mandy's in there 3 times.
Mandy's in
Okay.
there 3 times. Oh man,
Right.
I must have gone mad. Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Two.
I can see it twice. That was me making a mistake there. Yeah. Okay. Let's reserve that for episode 1000 and just see where we go because we're on. I mean, this will be. Let me just work it out. Hold on. This will be because I got to work because I'll do the anthologic stuff too, right? So that adds to the count. So we're on. Actually, no, we're only on the 800s.
Oh, okay. Maybe we can do it as the
900.
900
No,
special.
let me do it. Sorry, I thought we were on the 900s. We're in the 800s. So let's do it for the 900s. So we're about 6 episodes off of that.
Yeah.
So we'll do it then. So this would be episode 889. And we were talking about
Okay,
this.
so like 11 episodes.
I know we did it. Comfy Chair was our last episode, but we've missed a few weeks and stuff. So basically, we're going to do a Comfy Chair April for our next recording and catch up. Although it'll probably be a bit thinner than the last Comfy Chair, to be honest, because it's less time and so on. But we'll do that. But yeah, all right, let's get back to 300. So what score would you give this?
I'd give this probably about 7.5 out of 10. 8, maybe?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Just a straight 9 out of 10. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's really close for me. It's just so mental and enjoyable. I just love it.
It's probably one of the most like elevator pitch films you can ever have.
Yeah,
It's like,
well,
what is
300.
it? It's a 300 Spartans. It's like,
Oh, okay.
what do? They kill shit.
They
What shit do they kill?
they-
A lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I loved it. Loved it, though. Really enjoyed it. Very much. In fact, you bought me the 4K, didn't you? And I watched it in 4K.
I'm kind of inspired.
Yeah. So, thank you for that. That was it was just great. It was just a great film. I think you and I go to the cinema? No, we wouldn't have. I don't.
No, because I would have been like 12.
Yeah, no, it would have been too young. I did go and see it at the cinema. I
I'd
enjoyed
have been
it.
10.
Okay.
So
Not suitable for 10-year-olds.
no.
Maybe 12 though.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay, all right then. Let's wind up there. So, bye from me.
Bye.